There we go. Get some light in here. What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's Orioles baseball. Game 2 of the 3-game set between the Orioles and the A's. And, we're calling back-to-back games for the first time this year. It's going to be a lot of fun Saturday night at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Big day down at Oriole Park today. They had the Hall of Fame ceremony for the Orioles Hall of Fame. Joe Orsulak, Adam Jones, and Tom Davis were inducted into the Orioles Hall of Fame tonight. And all three of them are just phenomenal. Joe Orsulak, gritty player, great defensive player. He actually set an Orioles record for outfield assists. I don't remember what year it was. It was like 88 or 89. He had like 22 outfield assists. Awesome player. Led the Orioles in batting average 4 seasons. Just a really good player. I love Joe Orsulak. Met him. Got to meet him one time. He's pretty awesome. Also, Adam Jones. Loved Adam Jones. He was frustrating at times, but he was an awesome player. He really was an awesome player. And he's went in tonight. And then last but not least, one of my absolute favorite announcers of all time, Tom Davis, who used to be on the Rouse and Company show in the morning back in the 80s and 90s. And he's done, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Wall-to-Wall Baseball, Touchdown Baltimore. He was part of the pregame and postgame show with the Orioles for the longest time as well. And I love Tom Davis. I really do. I'm really happy for him. I really wish he was still part of the Orioles broadcast team. I do. I just wish he was still part of that. But he's not anymore. But anyway, he went in as well today, and I'm really happy for him. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. All right, let's see. There's our light goal. Our light goal again is 30, just like yesterday. So I'm glad to have everybody here. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. There's your score, everything right there. We'll have that ready to go. But good to have everybody here. Let's see who's in the chat. Excuse me. Right now, it's Chris and John Messina. Good to have everybody here. Again, we're just getting started. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Let's go over the lineups. For the Athletics, it's going to be Butler leading off, followed by Langeliers, Kurtz, Rooker, Soderstrom, Blade, Hernandez, Arias, and Ursula. And not too different than what they had yesterday. Perkins is pitching for the A's. For the Orioles, Jackson Holiday batting first at second. Batting second at third base is Jordan Westberg. Batting third at shortstop is Gunnar Henderson. Fourth and catching is Adley Rutschman. Fifth and DHing is Ryan Mountcastle. Sixth at first base is Kobe Mayo. Seventh in right field is Jeremiah Jackson. Eighth in left field is Dylan Carlson. And ninth is Greg Allen in center field. We'll see how they do tonight. The 7, 8, 9 hitters last night did absolutely nothing. Actually, to be honest with you, the Orioles offense did nothing yesterday. They won 3-2. They scored 3 runs in the first inning yesterday. And just like we talked about in yesterday's game, they went dormant after that, like they've done pretty much all year, and did not score again, and only got 1 hit after the first inning. But the pitching held up. They got 7 innings out of Sagano yesterday, and then the bullpen shut it down the rest of the way, and the Orioles were able to hold on for a 3-2 win. I think that was the first time they said since 2022 or 2023 that the Orioles actually won a game with 3 or less hits. So, kudos to the pitching yesterday. It really held up for the Orioles. It was not the hitting, it was the pitching. So, hopefully tonight, the pitching the hitting can hopefully support the pitching a little bit better tonight. For the Orioles, it's going to be Brandon Young on the mound. Didn't have a very good start to his career here with the Orioles. I was actually getting lit up for a while there, but his last 2 starts, he's pitched considerably better. So hopefully he's on a trend here to continue to pitch well while we wait for Eflin, Bradish, and Tyler Wells to come back from the injured list. I'm starting to think actually with the Orioles that Zach Eflin, I don't know that Eflin's going to get back this year. I think we may have seen his last outing as an Oriole. They've shut him down. He had an epidural in the back. There's no timetable for him whatsoever. So I'm thinking we may not see Zach Eflin again this year. But anyway, good to have everybody in here. We're going to have fun tonight. The game's about to start. Orioles Athletics at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Appreciate you for all those that are in here. And we're going to have fun. Yesterday was a really good defensive game for the Orioles. Gunnar Henderson made some really nice plays. A couple of the outfielders, they didn't do much in the way of offense, but the outfielders also had a couple good defensive plays as well. And again, the pitching was really, really good for the Orioles yesterday. And that was key. That was really key. So good for them. Hopefully they'll have good pitching again tonight, and also on top of it, score some runs. What's up, Sony 4K? Welcome in. Good to have you here. Hit the like button, gang. There's our goal. Just like always. Joe Orsulak, Tom Davis, and Adam Jones inducted into the Orioles Hall of Fame. Oh, look at that. Buck Showalter was there. Also, Jim Palmer was there. That's nice. I like to see that. Maybe Buck Showalter, there's talk after the season. Tony Manzolino is not coming back. He's not going to be the Orioles manager. But maybe Buck Showalter will come back. Who knows?
Tonight we celebrate the past of this organization. Great to see basically the whole team in the dugout as well, the current Orioles, and you were down there on the field for what felt like a really special Saturday.
Well, it is, and there was a reason why they were all out in the dugout, and that's Tony Manzolino, because he understands how good these players and what they mean to this community. And I think all those guys expressed that. So again, this is Tom, and I never, we saw his throw. I've seen better. I'm actually I have to throw out a pitch later in the year, and I'm going to make sure that I start throwing in a couple of days.
Scott Garceau was there. He's a former Orioles announcer as well. Again, good seeing Buck Showalter there. That's nice.
Every game like it really meant something. And then we have Adam Jones, who he just, he looked at me and he said, well, now I can really even give you more stuff now that I'm in the Oriole Hall of Fame. I said,
so anyway, good to have everybody here. We're going to have fun tonight. The Orioles getting ready, hopefully to win. They've won 3 in a row, I think it is now. Or 2 in a row. 2 or 3 in a row, which is really good. Good to see that. Good to see them getting some wins. Or they're going for 3 in a row tonight. And again, once we get to the 5th inning and the 7th inning, we'll do some score updates around Major League Baseball. Over there is our like goal and our sub goal. Don't forget to like and subscribe as you guys are coming in. Appreciate everybody being here. I think we hit a total of 21 people in here yesterday watching the game. Who knows? Maybe we'll get there again today. But we're glad you guys are here. We're going to call the game for a while. Hope everybody joined us on our sister channel today. We watched, well, not watched, but we were over at Epcot for a little while. We had a good time over there. That was a blast. We celebrated 20,000 subscribers in our other channel, our other YouTube channel. We went over 20,000 subscribers today. This morning, actually. We went over this morning. And we're already really, really jumping towards 21,000. So, lots of great movement on our other channel. But we're glad to have everybody here. Orioles and Oakland. I keep saying, I did it yesterday. I'm going to do it again today. I keep saying Oakland. And I get it. It's no longer the A's. They're no longer Oakland. They are now, I don't even know what they are. We talked about this yesterday. They're the Sacramento A's for the time being. But who knows? We'll see. They're going to Vegas for sure. We know that much. Thanks, Sony. I appreciate you, man. And there's not a lot of folks in here just yet, but hopefully we'll have some people jump in. And no problem if it's not. I just like calling the games. Melissa's relaxing downstairs watching TV, and I was like, do you mind if I call the game today? And she goes, no, go ahead. Have a good time. So here we are. We're calling the game. Guys can see all my Orioles stuff behind me. Show you my O's up there. That's my Fab Five. I got Brooksy up there. I got Gunner. I got Eddie in the middle. There's Adley. And, of course, Big Ben McDonald are up there. That's my birds. That's my O's, man. Love them. All right, Brandon Young's on the mound. He's got the Athletics to face tonight. Butler, Langoliers, and Kurtz will be the 1, 2, 3 hitters with Brent Rooker in the hole. or on the bench as the number 4 hitter. We'll see how they do. All right, so Butler is stepping into the box. Butler on the season has an OPS of 710. Nick Kurtz is the one who's really got the big OPS. He's over 1,000 OPS. He's really done well. Major League Baseball average is 718, so Butler's rated about a little below the average. All right, Brandon Young is set. Butler's in the box. Here we go. First pitch. And it's a swing and a foul back strike. So first pitch, 7:06 p.m. So quickly, 0-1. Brandon Young on the year is 0-5. 5.88 ERA, 1.67 whip. They're hitting 307 against him. 0-1 pitch, inside, ball 1, 1-1. So Brandon Young, he's not young, to be honest with you. He's like 26, 27 years old. He's not a 22, 23-year-old. He's older for sure. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 2. So quickly, 1-2 on Butler. Brandon Young's big thing is just, it's like any other pitcher, but especially these guys that are up for the first time. Get ahead, throw strikes. Have your command. Don't fall behind. 1-2 pitch. Just off the corner. 2-2. That is really the big thing for him. You've got to be able to stay ahead in the count. Keep the hitter off balance. And no walks. 2-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball 3. 3-2. And this is kind of what we're talking about with Brandon Young, though. You quickly go ahead 1-2 in the count. And now it's 3-2, just like that. So it's going to be important that he does a really good job here. 3-2 pitch on the way. High, ball 4. So he walks him. Exactly what we just talked about is exactly what he just did. He walks the first batter of the game. Cannot do that. All you're doing is literally setting yourself up for failure, just like that. Butler can run. He's probably going to make every attempt to steal a base here, and already you're going to be in the hole. It's one of the things that really upsets me with these pitchers. It's all about velocity and spin rate, but it's not about command. Here's the first pitch to the next hitter, outside, ball 1. I don't care what your velocity is. I care about you throwing strikes. I care about you having command, not walking batters. Shane Langoliers, 22 home runs on the season. Brandon Young's not even looking at the guy at first. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Or a cutter, I guess. 87 miles an hour. Strike. 1-1. So we got 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. High. Ball 2. 2-1. Again, I don't like that these guys overthrow sometimes. I think one of the things that made guys like Glavine and Smoltz and Maddox, who they didn't throw hard, but they were great. They were pitchers. Guys today, not everybody, and I'll tell you this in a minute. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. So here's a strike. 2-2. Not everybody can be Nolan Ryan. Okay, Nolan Ryan was a freak of nature. Threw 98, 99 miles an hour all the way up to the age of 45 years old when he was still pitching. Everybody wants to throw 98 all the time. Everybody wants to be Nolan Ryan. You can't have that many Nolan Ryans in baseball. It's just not good on the arm. He was a freak. He was an anomaly. He was an exception. He's not the rule. And guys today, everybody wants to be Nolan Ryan, and you just can't have it that way. Oh, throw over to first. He's back. Learn to pitch. The velocity is great if you can do it, and when you need it, you can rear back and you have it. But not every pitch, and I think it's part of the issue with today's game. I really do. I think it's part of the issue with today's game. So a 2-2 count on Langoliers. Brandon is set at the belt. They're good. No, he did not go. Oh, there's a fly ball left field. That's hit really well. That's gone. Just like that, that ball is gone. Shane Langoliers, 2-run homer, and that's the inherent issue right there with Brandon Young. Terrible. He just, 2-2 pitch, center cut right down the middle of the plate. That's like batting practice fastball, and he crushes it, puts it into the seats. 2-0, just like that, Oakland. Or the Athletics. And that ball center cut, that's right down the middle at 87. What is he doing? I could have hit that. Man,
Orioles get
just
3
not
last
good
night.
pitching
First,
at
the
all.
only runs they scored.
So here's the next batter. First pitch to him, ball 1.
And then now you get one of the best young hitters in baseball who's going to win the Rookie of the Year.
So just like that, 2-0 Oakland. Just, I'm going to call them Oakland, folks. All right, 1-0 pitch. Here it is. There's a strike. 1-1. You know, you get beat on an 87-mile-an-hour cutter, center cut right down the middle of the plate. That's not good pitching.
And there are the overall numbers in not a whole lot of time.
All right, Nick Kurtz, 307, 23 home runs on the season. He's got a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. Young is all over the place right now. He's in, out, up, down, but not for strikes. Not looking good to start the game. And just like that, the other issue is with the Orioles is now he's behind. We're already behind, 2-0. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Quality pitch. And that's how you have to get him out.
Good to have everybody in here.
Sagano struck
Anyway,
out
you're talking
last
about
night,
pitchers.
fastball,
You know,
3-2
everybody
down
wanting
the
to be
middle
Nolan
of the
Ryan.
order.
I think that's
They
I
were
think
trying
that's
to
the
get
problem
back
with
in the
today's
game,
game.
struck him
It's
out
not
last week.
taught correctly anymore. 2-2 pitch. Here comes. Swinging a foul back. I was watching a video of an interview with Steve Carlton, one of the greatest left-handed pitchers of all time. And Carlton was talking about it. A pitcher, now, again, one of the greatest of all time. He's one of the greatest left-handers of all time. He's probably in the top 3. And he talked about mechanics of pitchers today are bad. 2-2 pitch. Just off the corner. Ball 3, 3-2. He said the mechanics are bad today. And then he says, in his opinion, he firmly believes that's part of the issue as to why you have so many injuries. So much stress on the elbow because of the mechanics. But he didn't go into depth. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a foul. He didn't go into depth as to what he meant by the mechanics. But, you know, this is coming from a Hall of Fame pitcher who knows what he's talking about. And then I was talking about, you know, the analogy with everybody wanting to be Nolan Ryan. That was John Smoltz who said that. I think it was Smoltz. I think it was John Smoltz who said, you know, everybody wants to be Nolan Ryan. Everybody's, you know, we have 25 Nolan Ryans today. He said, and that's just not sustainable. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball center field, hit really well, but right at the center fielder, and he's got it. And that's the first out. But that ball was hit hard too. So anyway, I think today's pitchers are more about velocity and spin rate, and a lot of that is because that's how the culture is in today's game. Same with hitters. Hitters today are taught to hit home runs. They're taught to swing hard on 2 strikes as if they were with no strikes, and I just don't think that approach is sustainable. Brent Rooker's up. Here's a pitch to him. Strike, 0-1.
Yeah, with this ball club and Jacob Wilson, who's made the
Now Oakland, Chris in the chat mentioned this last night. It was true. Oakland does have a lot of young, good hitters.
They will have a great offense.
0-1 pitch, strike on the inside. 0-2. It should have been a ball, but the umpire called it a strike. So quickly 0-2 on Brent Rooker. Oakland does have a lot of really good young hitters. They do. Where they struggle is just like the Orioles. They don't have any pitching. 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball, center field again, right at the center fielder. He's got it. 2 quick outs right there.
And of course, Rooker's coming off 2 years where he had what?
8 people in here already with 11 likes. If you haven't already hit that like button, please give us a like.
Here's your defense.
We are having fun calling the O's game, calling the Birds. And chat, let us know in the chat where you're from.
And Mayo, and then Adley Rutschman.
Soderstrom's coming up. First pitch to him is a swing and a foul off to the third base side. 0-1.
Last night caught a great game and also that early lead with a 2-run home run. Been red hot since he's come back from the IL.
All right, Brandon Young is set. 0-1 pitch. Here comes. There's a swing and a foul back. 0-2 quickly on Soderstrom.
Remember the Orioles without Colton Cowser, concussion, IL. They're hoping it's a minimal stint.
9 people watching, 11 likes. 9-11. Good to have you all here. 2-0 Athletics. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2. Quickly 2-0 for the Athletics as Langoliers, Shea Langoliers hit a 2-run homer to left field after a leadoff walk by Butler.
26 pitch coming from Young to Soderstrom.
And 1-2 pitch on the way from Brandon Young. Here it is. Swinging a foul back. So already Brandon Young's going to throw 27 pitches in this first inning.
More than he would like to throw. But
so it's a kind of a tale of 2 games. last night you had, Sagano go 7 innings, pitched great, gave up 1 run. And
well-intentioned, but just hung it.
Brandon Young may not get through 3. 1-2 pitch. Ball. High and outside. Ball 2. So this might be a 30-pitch inning for Brandon Young. He's already going to be at 28. Not good at all. 2-2 pitch. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That was his best pitch of the inning right there. So that's the inning, but Oakland gets 2 off the Shea Langeliers home run. 2 runs, 1 hit. And now, after a half inning, 2-0. I keep wanting to say 2-0 Oakland. It's not Oakland, but I can't get it through my head yet. It's not Oakland yet. I mean, it's not Oakland anymore, to be honest with you. Guys, good to have everybody in here. I'm going to put the I'm not going to do a poll tonight. I did a poll last night. I was going to do a poll again tonight, but I think I'm not going to do one. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Let me pull it up here. While we're waiting for the O's to get in there. Victor, welcome in. Victor, how'd your team do last night? Did they win? All right, there's the poll. It's up. Isn't this a surprise double dose of Walt today? How's it going? Going good, Victor. Good to have you in, buddy. All right, here we go. Jackson Holliday is stepping into the plate. Holliday's got an OPS of 691. Really want to see that go up. Really want to see Holliday's OPS jump. Really, really, really do. That's what you want. You want to see that OPS up in the 8-9 area. All right, here's Jack Perkins. First pitch to Holliday. Here it is. Ball high, 1-0. Good start. I'd like seeing Holliday as a leadoff hitter take a pitch. I really do. I'm one of these. Again, I'm an old school guy. Thank you for the like, by the way, everybody. 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive off the glove of the second baseman into right field. I think that ball was hit really, really hard. I don't know if they'll give Holliday a base hit on that or if they're going to give him an error to the second baseman. Let's see what they do. I don't know if they're going to give him... Oh, wow, Victor, that's a bad way to lose. It's a short hop to the second baseman. It was off his glove and goes into right field. I don't know if they're going to give him a hit on that or if they're going to give him an error. They haven't said yet. No, I gave him a hit. Okay, here's Westberg. First pitch to him is a strike right down the middle, 0-1. So Holliday does get the hit. So he's 1 for 1. Westberg, 268, 13 home runs, 28 RBIs. He's really come on lately. He's really been hitting well. Didn't do well last night, but he's been doing good. Really, his average has really jumped. 0-1 pitch. Inside. Ball 1. 1-1. Orioles last night just could not get any offense going whatsoever. They got the 3 runs early, and it seemed like maybe they were really going to have a good offensive night, but they didn't. After the first inning, they got 1 hit the rest of the game. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. Oh, Westberg was going for it on that one. 1-2. Very hittable pitch, but he did not make contact. All right, Westberg is set. 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. Slow roll to the third baseman. His only play is to first, and it's not going to be in time. Westberg was really hustling down the line, and it looks like he beat it out. Now, the A's are going to look to see if they're going to challenge it or not. They're checking. It was a slow roller to the third baseman. He didn't have a play at second. He went to first. And it looks like Westburg beat it. Let's see. 1, 2, step. Oh, it's a tie. Tie goes to the runner, and that's going to be an infield hit for Westburg. So just like that, the Orioles, 2 hits. First and second, nobody out with the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Gunnar, Adley, and Mowney. Here they come. Let's see if the Orioles can make some damage right back. All right, Henderson's in the dish. He's ready. Here we go. First pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. Gunnar has really... I'm watching as many games as I've watched this year. I'm watching his numbers. He's actually a 377 hitter with runners in scoring position this year. 6 home runs, 38 RBIs. He's actually been pretty good with runners in scoring position. That's actually excellent. But his power numbers this year have really gone down. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back. 0-2. I don't know what it is. But, this is a guy, his first 2 seasons, I think he hit 28 home runs his rookie year. 37 home runs last year. This year, he's at 13. He's not even going to hit 20 home runs this year. Now, I don't know why that happened. I don't know if maybe getting off to a slow start, coming out of spring training and missing a few games and just, couldn't get the timing down for a while, what it is. But his power and his offensive power numbers are down for sure. He's behind the count, 0-2 here. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Center field hit pretty well. Back at the wall. It's gone! It's a 3-run home run for Gunnar Henderson. It kept carrying. It looked like at first it was just going to be a long fly ball. And the center fielder kept going back and back and back. And it just clears the center field fence for a 3-run home run. That's why I've always said Gunnar has to bat 3rd or 4th in this lineup. He is your RBI guy. That's what you're paying him for. That's what he has to do. He's not a leadoff hitter. And just like that, the Orioles have taken a 3-2 lead. My gracious, how about that? With still nobody out, 3 straight hits for the Orioles. But I'm not saying anything because they got 3 runs to start the game yesterday. Here's Rutschman. First pitch to him is inside and low, ball 1. J.R. Weaver welcoming. Yes, gone. Just cleared the fence. But whether it clears the fence by an inch or whether it's 20 rows deep, they all count the same. 3-2-0s. 1-0 pitches in the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 to Rutschman. It was inside. Gunnar got the bat head out there. It didn't look like he got enough of it, but it just kept carrying and just clears the fence. Good try by the center fielder, too. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss strike on a ball that was well inside. Adley didn't look good on that one. Should have let that go. That would have been ball 3. Well, J.R. Weaver, welcome in. I hope you subscribe to the channel. Welcome in. We do Orioles games. We've got a lot of stuff coming, too. So we're new. We're small. We get it. But we appreciate you being here, man. Thanks. Hit the like for us, too, if you could. There's our like go up there and everything. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. All right, 2-2 pitch. Here comes to Adley in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. So Perkins is he's struggling. He is absolutely struggling right now. He's run the count full with Adley, but still nobody out here in the first inning. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. So we're going to do it again. Already, Perkins, just like Brandon Young in the first inning, always hit that like button. Well, thank you, J.R. Weaver. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. He's already at 15 pitches with nobody out. 3-2 pitch on the way. Here comes. Swinging a foul ball again. See, I like Adley's approach here. He's shortening his swing. He is taking some defensive swings, but he's keeping the at-bat alive. He's fouling balls off. This will be his 8th pitch. I like it. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him. It's the same pitch he swung at earlier that would have been a ball. Victor, I think Mullins is, I don't know. Mullins came up in 2021. He had the 30-30 season with the Orioles. He's an okay player. But I think he was overvalued as with the, here's Mounty. First pitch to Mounty. Here's a strike, 0-1. He was overvalued with the Orioles and with Orioles fans because back then, in 2020, 2021, the team wasn't very good. When he first came up, he was, compared to what we had, swing and a miss, strike 2 on Mounty. Compared to what we had in the system, he seemed like a really good ball player, like, a star. But he's a star compared to the crap we had. But Mullins isn't. He's really not. He's a below average player. I'm sorry to say that. 0-2 pitch to Mounty, got him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Mountcastle and Rutschman come up with, Mounty looked terrible. 3 swings, 3 strikes. Ryan Mountcastle, that's just him in a nutshell. Tries to pull off of everything. He can never go the other way with the ball, Mountcastle. He pulls off everything. Low and outside on Ryan Mountcastle, and you're going to get him out most of the time. Here's Kobe Mayo. First pitch to him. Check swing. Good job. Ball 1, 1-0. Yeah. I think Mullins' defense is pretty good. He makes the spectacular play from time to time. But his tracking isn't great. He does not have an arm. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2, 2-0. He doesn't hit for average anymore. He doesn't really, and his home runs are okay from time to time. He'll run into one. But he's not a long-term answer for you, Victor. He's a short-term help for this year as your team makes a push, but they won't re-sign him. 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, 3-0 to Mayo. Good at bat by Mayo here. He's taken a couple close pitches. He really has. He's taken some close pitches. And he's run the count to 3-0. He's looked better in his at-bat than Ryan Mountcastle did. 3-0 pitch on the way. Strike right down the middle. Mayo was taken all the way there, and that's fine. But again, Westberg, Holiday, and Henderson come up. They all 3 get hits. The next 3 guys come up, and they get outs. We'll see what Mayo does here. 3-1 pitch. Oh, he was going for it. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Victor, I don't know who the polar bear is, dude. You're going to have to help me with that. I don't know the Mets. I mean, I know the players, but I don't know their nicknames. So who's the polar bear? 3-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back by Mayo. So, yeah, Perkins, just like Brandon Young for the Orioles, he's hit pitch number 27. Halfway to our goal. We got 15 likes. 3-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Strike 3. He's out. That's where Kobe Mayo is going to have to learn. And it's all part of the game. He's a young hitter. He's 23 years old. First time in the major leagues. Got him on a breaking pitch. He was looking fastball. It was a breaking pitch that starts out of the zone, came back into the zone. He gave up on it. It's strike 3. He will learn that as time goes on. Make better decisions right there. But it's the way of the Orioles lately. First 3 guys came up, boom, 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 home run, or base hit, home run. Next 3 guys up, strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. It's the mark. I love my Orioles. I really do. What's up, G? What up, G? G Wilson, welcome in. I love the Orioles, as you can tell behind me. If I wasn't an Orioles fan, I wouldn't have all this stuff in my room. But I tell it like it is. This is, when you see those types of at-bats on teams, it's the mark of a team that's not playing well. A bad team. And right now, they're a bad team. They're a last-place team. And you can tell. You get a guy on the ropes like that. He gives up 3 straight hits. He gives up 3 runs. You got him on the ropes. You got your 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. And your 4, 5, and 6 hitters, they don't even put the ball in play. All 3 of them strike out. And they didn't look good either when they struck out. It wasn't even like, Adley had a good at bat. He went 9 pitches deep, but he struck out on a bad pitch. Mountcastle strikes out on 3 pitches. And then Kobe Mayo strikes out looking on a pitch right down the middle. That's where I have my frustration with them. Again, part of it is they're still a young team. I get it. And that's going to be part of the learning curve for them, is being young and learning the game on the job. Jeannie, welcome in. And I guess they will. But after one inning, this is where we stand.
2025 Herm Armstrong Award winner Tom Davis, Orioles Hall of Famer. Tom, welcome back. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I want to thank him for everything he's done for me for the last couple of days. Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Tom.
All right, first pitch from Brandon Young. A line drive into right field for a base hit. So one pitch already, and there's a runner on for the Athletics. I think Brandon Young's going to have a really, really bad game, gang. He is not looking good at all. John A.P., welcome in, buddy. Good to have you here. So just like that, Oakland's got a runner on base just like that. My gracious, here we go. All right, here's Hernandez, batting .290. First pitch to him. Oh, he squares the bunt, but it's outside. Ball one. So Darryl Hernandez is at the plate. He's looking like he's squaring the bunt here. See how quickly the Orioles get ready for that. All right, 1-0 pitch on the way. Here comes. He's not squaring that time. Check swing. He went around. That's a strike. 1-1. Everybody in here, we've already got 16, 17 likes, something like that. Appreciate you all being here. This is fun. 1-1 pitch on the wing. Swinging a foul back. 1-2. Orioles announcers are talking to Tom Davis, who just went into the Orioles Hall of Fame. One of my favorites. Always love Tom Davis. All right, Brandon Young is set. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Got him! Strike three! What a curveball! That was a 12-6 curve. Starts up here and just drops right off the table. I said that other pitch was his best pitch of the night. That might be the best pitch of the night so far. Nice curveball. He got him. So one down. Totally gave up on the pitch, and I don't blame him. It looked like it was going to be a ball, and then it just drops right back down into the zone. So one down. Here's Arias. First pitch to him. Outside. Ball one. 1-0. Arias hit one in the ninth inning last night. He hit one to the wall, which almost tied the game up, but the Orioles caught it at the wall to end the game. It was close. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul back. 1-1. We said it yesterday, for those that might not have been here. Luis Arias is actually the brother of Ramon Arias, if I'm not mistaken. Former Oriole, who's now in, where did he go? Did he go to Houston? I think Arias went to Houston. So a 1-1 count right here. Brandon Young on Luis Arias. Oh, no, he throws over to first, but he is back. That's your first disengagement. Welcome in, gang. If you're first time in, welcome in. Be sure to chat. Let us know you're in here for the first time. Say hi to us. And actually, I just noticed on the uniform of the A's, it does say Las Vegas. All right, 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a nice curveball again. 1-2. He takes it for a strike. Yeah, it does. It says Las Vegas on the left shoulder or left sleeve of the Athletics. So it says Las Vegas Athletics. I don't think they'll change the whole name, right? All right, so 1-2 count. He needs a ground ball right here at somebody. 1-2 pitch. There's the curveball again, and it just misses high. Ball 2. 2-2. Urshela is on deck. The number 9 hitter. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul. No, it looks like here comes the right fielder. He's got a long way to go. He is not going to get there. That ball was down the right field line. It was foul, but it looked like the right fielder might get there. But nope, he ran out of room. So we're going to do it again. I see 17 likes on the board, gang. Thank you for that. We are almost to 30 already. That's amazing. So Brandon Young's looking to get Arias right here. He wants an out. If he can get a double play, even better. Let's see. 2-2 pitch. Ball in the dirt. Ball 3. Victor, did you say who it was? Victor, you said the polar bear hit a home run. You got to tell me who the polar bear is. Wow, 18 people in here. Welcome in, everybody. Orioles A's 3-2. Brandon Young's got a 3-2 count on this hitter. Here's the pitch. He walks him. Absolutely terrible. Brandon Young is looking really bad. Oh, Pete Alonso. Okay. I was going to say that, but then I thought maybe it was Brandon Nimmo. But all right, so now Oakland, just like that, have a chance here. First and second, only one out. Here's Urshela stepping to the plate. First pitch to him. Check swing, foul at the plate. 0-1. Gio Urshela. I mean, if you're ever going to get a double play ball, this is the guy. 234 hitter, no home runs, 17 RBIs. It's the number 9 hitter right here. This is what you want right here. Welcome in, everybody. Please hit the like button. We're trying to get to 30 likes. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1. Oh, so frustrating. Watching these pitchers that really don't know how to pitch out on the mound really frustrates me. Here's a guy in Urshela. I get it. He's a professional. He's in the major leagues. He's a 234 hitter with no power. You can kind of challenge him. Young looks like he's nitpicking. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He throws him a cutter, and Urshela swings right through it. So 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. My screen just... All right, gang, hang with us. I just lost connection here for a second. All right, we're back. So I guess he got Urshela out. I apologize. I lost connection for a second there. I had to see what... I don't know what happened, but we kind of lost it for a second, but we're back. Okay, so 2 down now. Let's get back to the top of the order for Butler. He walked his first time up. Jackson is a strike, 1-0 or 0-1. Let me know if you guys are back, if you can see me. Somebody in the chat say yes, I can see you. No, I can't. Whatever it might be. Just let me know. I want to make sure you guys are here. 0-1 pitch, swinging a foul back, 0-2. I think where the Orioles will really struggle tonight is with the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Jeremiah Jackson, Dylan Carlson, Greg Allen. All right, good. Okay, we're back. Okay, so quickly 0-2 on Jeremiah Jackson. 0-2 pitch on the way. Check swing did not go. 1-2. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. So that's 4 straight strikeouts. And again, what does Jeremiah Jackson do? He pulls off the ball, and the ball tails away from him, and he can't even make contact to try and, just keep the at-bat alive. Here's Dylan Carlson batting 188. He's in like an 0 for 30 slump. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. Horizons, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Be sure to hit that like button for me as you come in. We're trying to get to that mark of 30 likes. I think we're going to get there. I hope so. Oh, a 1-0 pitch outside, ball 2. 2-0 to Carlson. Thanks, everybody, for coming back. I apologize for the little bit of delay there. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1. Perkins is at 34 pitches right now. 2-1 pitch on the way. Strike right there. Sweeper. 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Fly ball. Left field. Very playable for the left fielder. Very shallow. He's under it. He's got it. That is the second out. At least he didn't strike out. Would have been 5 in a row. So 2 down here in the second inning. That's going to bring Greg Allen to the plate. Again, the Orioles are definitely top heavy with their order. The bottom part of their order is very, very weak. 7, 8, 9 are very weak. All right, here's Allen playing center field. First pitch to him. Inside, but it's a strike. 0-1. It's a .270 hitter at AAA, 61 games. 0-1 pitch. High, ball 1, 1-1. One pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-2. Thanks, everybody. It looks like we got to 18 likes. I appreciate that very much. We're closer and closer. So quickly, 1-2 on Greg Allen here in the bottom of the second inning. Orioles holding on to a 3-2 lead. Here's the pitch. Ball low. 2-2. Good take. Good take by Allen right there. That ball had the plate, but it was low. He could have offered at it, but he didn't. That's a good take. 2-2. Here it comes, 2-2. Fly ball. Center field hit pretty deep, but the center fielder's going to get there. He's got it, and that's your inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors for the Orioles. We're going to head to the top of the third inning. Birds are leading 3-2. All right, we got 11 folks in here. Folks, let us know where you're from. Let us know your favorite team. Maybe you're an A's fan. Maybe you're not. Did we have the goal? Did we have the Did I ever put up the Gotta ask everybody that's in here. Did we put up the poll? I thought I put a poll up. I thought I did a poll. I don't see it. Why don't I see the poll? I thought I did. Oh, there is a poll. Okay. All right. Okay. I didn't think for a minute there. I didn't think the poll was up. I see it now. Good. Okay. Cool. Yep, Victor's a Mets fan. We knew that. Well, those of you that are in here may not have known that, but yep, Victor's a big Mets fan for sure. All right, thanks, Victor. I appreciate you, buddy. I couldn't remember if at first, but I see it now. Again, we always like to get to 30 votes. Right now we have 13 votes. Be sure to vote, folks, as you're coming in. This has been fun so far. Orioles last night, the final score was 3-2. And so far tonight, what's the score? 3-2. All right, so here we go. O's have a 77% over the A's, 23%. Thank you, Sony. Appreciate it. Top of the third inning coming up. Brandon Young back out on the mound. He's only thrown 2 innings so far, and he's almost at 50 pitches already. He's at 47 pitches through 2 innings. That's a lot, folks. That's a lot. First pitch to Langoliers. Curveball off the glove of Gunnar, and that's going to go into left field for a base hit. He hit it hard. Gunnar tried to get in front of it, but it short-hopped him kind of like it did for the second baseman with Oakland. And it went into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Langoliers. I don't think you can give him an error on that ball. But guys don't get in front of balls anymore. He tried to olay it. You get your body in front of it, you might be able to knock it down. But here's Kurtz. So man on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Strike, 92. Right down the middle. 0-1. I mean, the ball was hit hard, so it would have been pretty tough for Gunnar to get in front of it that quickly, but trying to knock it down. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. Oh, he was going for it there. Oh, 2 pitch. Ball low. 1-2. All right, Kurtz is ready. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2. Good stop by Reichman right there. I mean, Brandon Young, 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 Ks, 2 walks. Just hasn't looked good at all tonight. 2-2 pitch. Here comes. Fly ball. Right field. That's going to jump right in front of, it's going to drop right in front of the right fielder for a base hit. And Langoliers is going to go down to second. So just like that, it's first and second for Oakland. It looked like he hit it better than that because it looked like the Jeremiah Jackson, the right fielder, he took a step out. And then that one step out cost him, and the ball drops right in front of him. So first and second, nobody out again for Oakland here in the third. They're threatening again. Brandon Young is up to 53 pitches, and he's not even through 2 innings, or he's just through 2. Not looking good for Brandon Young in this game. We're going to be going to the bullpen early tonight, I think, folks. First pitch to Rooker. There's a cutter for a strike. 0-1. Brandon has been up in the zone the entire game. Nothing low in the zone. He's not inducing any ground balls whatsoever. And everybody is hitting him hard for the most part. Lots of really hard line drive shots. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball left field. That ball's gone. Back goes the left fielder. No, that's gone. Way gone. Brent Rooker with the 3-run homer. And Brandon Young is just served up the lead again. Horrible, horrible pitch to a really good hitter. Center cut right down the middle. And that ball is gone. And it's 5-3 Oakland just like that. Terrible pitching by Brandon Young. He has looked horrible in this game. They are hitting him so hard, and everything is right down the middle of the plate. And still nobody out. 5-3. The A's are leading. First pitch to Soderstrom is a ball. 1-0. Just bad pitching. Brandon Young, to be honest with you, folks, shouldn't even be on this team. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1, 1-1. Brandon Young now has an ERA of 6.65. He's horrible. Horrible. There's the next pitch. 1-1 pitch is a strike. 1-2. Well, Victor, 2-1 is one thing. Five runs over 2 innings is terrible. I don't know what inning you're in. 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball down the left field line. That ball is fair. That ball's going to be in the corner. That's going to be extra bases for Soderstrom, and that's going to be a double. So still nobody out for Brandon Young here in the third inning. Manzolino's going to have to do something quick. Please get someone up in the bullpen. Another ball up in the zone right down the middle, and Soderstrom just punches it into left field for a double. No, Genie, they're not going to trade him. First off, they won't trade him because nobody will take him. Nobody wants him. They'll probably send him down. So here's Blade. First pitch to him right down the middle again, but he takes it, so it's a strike. 0-1. Brandon Young looks terrible. Slyster, welcome in. Good to see you. Orioles have Geraldo warming up in the bullpen. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Blade. 0-2. Now, Slyster, Brandon Young is just not. They're not bright because they don't understand. It's part of it is education, in my opinion, when it comes to pitchers, is being intelligent and understanding the game and how to pitch. And they don't know how to pitch. And a lot of it's execution. I mean, here's another one. There's a swing and a foul, so it's going to be 0-2 on Blade. You can't center cut balls at 88, 89 miles an hour down the middle of the plate. These hitters are going to hit that. If you're going to miss in, miss up, miss down, miss away, don't miss over the plate. Brandon Young's been terrible in this game. 0-2 pitch on the way. High, ball 1, 1-2. He's just not looked good whatsoever. His execution of his pitches, he's had a couple really good pitches, but for the most part, his execution's been terrible tonight. Just absolutely terrible. 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a ball. 2-2. He's at 64 pitches, and he still doesn't have an out here in the third inning. Two. Here it is. Next to curveball high. 3-2. So Brandon Young, who's now shaking his head, Manzolino's got to come get him. This will be his last hitter. No matter what, this is his last hitter. 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to the first baseman. He's got it. He's going to pitch it to the pitcher or shuffle it to the pitcher for the first out of the inning. But Soderstrom is going to head on over to third. So now 1 out, man on third. Well, Sagano looked good yesterday, Slyster. He pitched really well. He's pitched well, but, Brandon Young's been terrible. Dean Kramer's been inconsistent. Trevor Rogers has been the ace. He's been phenomenal. All right, first pitch to Hernandez is a ball outside, 1-0. Are we getting that close to our likes? Yeah, we are. Good job, everybody. We're at 18 likes. Orioles are playing the infield in. 1-0 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. I don't like that the Orioles are playing the infield in, though. To me, that's kind of saying, hey, look, we know we're not going to score a lot of runs. Which, they've got 3 runs in 2 innings. I don't know if they should be that. I don't know. 2-0, here's the pitch. Here's a curveball, a cutter for a strike. 2-1. So this run's going to score unless Hernandez strikes out or hits one right at somebody. This run's going to score. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back. 2-2. Well, Slyster, I said this last year, and I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I had told, people were like all upset when we made the trade last year and Trevor Rogers was horrible. He was sent down to the minor leagues. I'm like, it's too early to call this a bust. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul off by Hernandez. Real nice swing there by Hernandez just to make contact to keep the at-bat alive. But I said it last year. I said, look, it's too early to make any sort of determination on this trade. I said, you cannot make, it's too small of a sample size with Rogers. I said, it's got to be a larger sample size to make an idea on the trade. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. Center field. Center fielder's over. That's going to score the run. Here comes the run to the plate. Yep, he's going to score 6-3 Oakland. But I said it last year. I said, look, it's too early on Trevor Rogers to call this trade a bust. Let's give it some time. Let's see how it is and see how he does. And I said, look, if he comes in the next year and he's terrible again, and the Orioles decide to give up on him, you're right. It's a bust. We lost on that trade. Terrible trade. But you know what? He hasn't been a bust so far. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to pitch to a 1.44 ERA for the rest of his career. Nobody does that. But if he's in the 3s and he's keeping the Orioles in games and he's pitching well, here's Arias. First pitch to him, swinging a foul. If he just pitches well, has like a 3.5 ERA, keeps the Orioles in games, pitches well, it's a win-win. And even with Kyle Stowers, okay, he's having a good year. That's great. Good for him. I'm glad. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball, left field, going to be playable. Here comes Carlson. He's got it. That's your inning. But Oakland gets 4, and they take a 6-3 lead heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. O's bats got to get going, folks. But I do, it's a win-win right now. And we don't even know that Kyle Stowers is going to continue to do what he's doing so far this year. He's had a really nice year. But I've seen guys have really nice years and then all of a sudden never did it again. Not to that level. Cedric Mullins, anyone? So let's see how things go. I'm very happy for Kyle Stowers. I really like him. But, hindsight is 20/20. When we went into that trade, we wanted to get a left-handed starter that we thought was going to be productive for the Orioles, and we knew we had to give something up to get him. Connor Norby has done nothing so far. He's been almost pretty much irrelevant for Miami. You don't even hear anything out of him. And Stowers has had a good year. Good for him. And now Trevor Rogers has been called up, and he's been, knock on wood for the Orioles, he's been lights out. The guy's been just absolutely phenomenal. Every time out. Don't look at the 1-loss record. Look at the ERA. Look at the WHIP. He's just been really good. No, you don't. And you that's the thing. When you make a trade, if they're going to trade with you, you got to give something up to get something. Everybody is always like, let's trade our trash for their treasures. It's like the dumbest thing in the world. I'm sorry. I don't mean to call fans out, and I'm a fan. But it's like, everybody always says, well, let's trade Jorge Mateo for Clayton Kershaw. I'm like, who's going to do that? Or let's trade Jorge Mateo and Ramon Arias to Detroit for Tarek Skubal. Detroit's not going to do that, folks. You've got to give them something to get something. All right, here's Holiday. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. But anyway, yeah, so Stowers is having a good year. Good for him. I hope he continues to play well. I like him a lot. All right, 1-0 pitch to Jackson Holiday. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. Orioles got to answer here, folks. They got to answer right here. Even if it's only 1 or 2 runs. If you get 1 run and make it 6-4, you've at least answered. But they got to answer. 2-0 count on Holiday. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a ground ball to the first baseman. Nice play. He's going to get it, step on the bag, and that is an out. 1 down. Orioles just cannot do this again, guy. I have this feeling. It's a terrible feeling. Oakland's doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You get 2 runs, then you come back and you add on to it with 4 more. Orioles got to do the same. Here's Westberg. First pitch. Outside, ball 1, 1-0. Nice having 11 of you in here. We have 19 likes. We are only 11 away from our goal. One-zero pitch on the way. Here it comes. Fly ball, foul to the right. Out of play. 1-1. But, everybody's on Mike Elias saying how terrible he is as a GM. Everybody loved him last year. Everybody was like, oh my God, what a great GM. Look at all these players we have, blah, 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 blah. 1-1 pitch. Way outside, ball 2. Now, all of a sudden, everybody hates him and he's the worst GM in baseball. He traded for Corbin Burns. He traded DL Hall and Joey Ortiz. Where are they? Does anybody hear anything out of them? Nope. 2-1 pitch. Strike. 2-2. DL Hall's been insignificant. It's not been really a factor with Milwaukee. And Joey Ortiz, same thing. He's not really a factor. And, Corbin Burns, his 1 season with us, he was great. 2-2 pitch coming. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. He's got it. Throw to first in time. 2 down. Two quick outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So the Orioles are doing the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do. You got to answer, and they're not answering. All right, here's Gunnar. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike. 0-1. And again, it's just one of those things that really frustrates me with the Orioles. They get 3 hits in the first inning, and are they now going to go dormant again? I hope not, but it sure looks that way. 0-1 pitch. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. They're not answering anything here. And Oakland, to their credit, did. They got 2, and then they got 4 more. One pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball. First baseman, he's got it. He's going to step on the bag. That's your inning. And just like that, Orioles 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Top of the 4th inning coming up. 6-3 Oakland. We'll probably see a pitching change out of the Orioles. Anyone notice the 90% of Holiday's at-bats of late have been pulled to the right side? Yes. Yeah, Slicer, he's kind of getting into a habit right now. And again, young hitters will do this. You got to give them time. They have to grow. They have to learn. I agree with you. He is pulling off the ball a lot lately. I would agree with that. He's not staying back on the ball. He's not driving it up the middle. He's not swinging through the pitch. He's not swinging through the zone. He's not getting the bedhead. He's not staying back a little bit longer. I tend to agree. He is pulling off the ball a lot lately. I would agree with that. And I think that's part of the reason why he's slumping. But that's what hitters do that. Hitters will slump. And he's still only 21 years old. He's still a kid. He's going to learn on the fly. He's our starting second baseman for the next 6 years. Until he's a free agent or until we sign him. Whatever happens. So he's not going anywhere for a while. He's going to be your starting second baseman for sure. But yeah, I have seen that. It's one of the things with the Orioles that frustrates me as well is when I watch them play, they seem to refuse to want to go the other way with the ball. Every once in a while, you'll see Gunnar punch one down the left field line, go the other way with the ball. But the Orioles hitters refuse to just take what's given them and go the same way the pitch is. So if Gunnar gets a ball on the outside corner, or if Holiday gets a ball on the outside corner, or Mountcastle gets a ball on the outside corner, they either A, don't swing at it, or B, try to pull it and turn the ball over and ground out weakly. They refuse to just take what's given to them and just punch a ball into left field or punch a ball into right field for a base hit and keep the inning alive, keep the at-bat alive, and say, okay, next time I'll look into something more. They refuse to want to go the other way, and it's frustrating. All right, first pitch, new pitcher, Hidalgo, in the game. He hits a ground ball. Urshela hits a ground ball to the shortstop for the first out. 1 down quickly. So Geraldo is in the game for the Orioles. Brandon Young, 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He now has a 6.70 ERA. All right, Geraldo's now facing Butler, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to him. There's a strike, 0-1. Slicer, I love Jackson Holiday. I think Jackson Holiday is going to be a superstar in this league. I really, really do. At the very least, he's going to be a star. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike on a changeup. Nice pitch. 0-2. Victor, yeah, you're fine giving updates. That's no problem at all. And thank you. I'll let Melissa know. Thank you. I'll let her know. 0-2 coming. Outside, ball 1. Yeah, I love Jackson Holiday. I think he's going to be, I really do. I think he's going to be a star in this league. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back. We'll do it again. I think he's going to be a perennial all-star. I do. I think he'll make several he probably should have been an all-star this year. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be just fine. 1-2 pitch on the way from Geraldo. Here it is. High, ball 2, 2-2. Well, Slyster, I think the thing with Tyler O'Neill is just the unreliability. He doesn't play. He's hurt all the time. This is the third time he's been on the injured list this season. It's ridiculous. 2-2, here it is. Swing and a miss. He got him on a ball in the dirt. 2 quick outs for Geraldo. Good job. Tyler O'Neill just continues to get hurt. It's this, that, or the other. He is, I said this the other day. I was in, Ryan Ripken has a show. And I go in there with YouTube and go in there a lot. And I put it on his. By the way, I like their show, but they're terrible at reading the chat. They don't read the chat at all. All right, first pitch to Langeliers is a strike, 0-1. But I put it in the chat. I was talking about Tyler O'Neill. I said, Tyler O'Neill is like fine china. He looks great, right? But brittle. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. Tyler O'Neill looks great. He's built great. He's got all the muscles and he looks wonderful. But he's brittle, man. I mean, he's like fine china. Just the smallest little, nick and it just crumbles. And that's just how Tyler O'Neill is. 0-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Geraldo with a 1-2-3 inning made it look really good and made it look really easy. So here we go. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Orioles, again, got to start scoring runs. They can't do it. They did this yesterday. They scored 3 runs in the 1st inning yesterday. They got 1 hit the rest of the way. So far, 3 runs tonight. They haven't scored since. They got to come back. Well, Slicer, I just think that's, right now, if you ask me one thing to change on the Orioles, just one, I don't know that I could give you just one. But for me personally, the one that I want changed more than anything else is the approach at the plate by the hitters. The culture has to change. Way too many bad at-bats by the Orioles. Like I said, they refuse to go the other way with the ball. They refuse to go up the middle on a ball. They swing at the first pitch a lot. And there's a difference between aggressive and reckless. And sometimes they just feel reckless to me with their hitting approaches. They also, again this year, they've got 3 runs. How did they get the runs they got tonight? A home run. They got 3 runs yesterday. How did they get the runs they got yesterday? Home runs. They can't score any other way other than home runs. And when you're one-dimensional like that, you are going to have spells where you're not scoring. And the Orioles this year are not, first off, they're not hitting a lot of home runs. The team leader is 14. So they're not hitting home runs. And since they're not hitting home runs, they're not scoring runs. Because that's the only way they can score runs. It's just a snowball effect. It's just so many different things. Anyway, I know you guys are probably thinking, you hate your team, don't you? No, I love my team, but I want to tell it like it is. All right, so here's Rutschman to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, a ball low and away, and it looks like Rutschman's trying to pull it. He's pulling off the ball. He's stepping to first base as he's swinging, and he's not going to do anything with that pitch. Not swinging like that. So he's quickly down 0-2. Here we go again. 0-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt. Ball, 1-2. Orioles got 3 hits in the 1st inning, and they haven't gotten a hit since. And we're into the 4th now. All right, Rutschman's got a 1-2 count. Let's see what he can do with it. 1-2 pitch on the way. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Oh, man, this team is killing me. Oh, Orioles, you're killing me. All right, here's Mountcastle. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up badly. First pitch, swing and a miss. Ball low and outside. Tries to pull it again. Just watch. Slicer, I don't know if you're watching the game, but just the swing, you can tell he's pulling off the ball. 0 and 1. It's a good pitch, too, don't get me wrong. But they know. Here we go. Next pitch again. Fly ball, left field. But it's going to be caught by the left fielder. But even right then, 2 down quickly. 2 quick outs. All right, here's Mayo. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike. 0 and 1. Well, yeah, Slicer, I definitely think, first off, you got to get on base to steal. They're not getting on base. But if they do get on base, I agree. They got to let them run a little bit. 0-1 pitch, strike. 0-2 quickly on Mayo. Hit that like button, gang. We're still trying to get to the 30 mark. Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Short right field. In comes the right fielder. Out goes the second baseman, and the right fielder's going to get it. And that is your inning. Again, 3 up, 3 down. The Orioles have no answer. And we're going to head to the 5th. 6-3. Oakland. I'm calling them Oakland. All right, we're through 4. We're heading into the 5th inning. 6-3. The Athletics have the lead. Tough game for the Orioles tonight. It's frustrating as a fan to watch this team. Well, that's good. That's good, Victor. You need Soto to look good all the time, though. You know, he needs to be good a lot, not just once. You know, you want him, every time he comes in, he needs to do well for you guys. Not that it's going to happen every time, but the majority of the time he comes in the game, you need him to do well. He throws hard. But his problem is when he's hit, he'll get hit hard, and again, it's a control thing with him. He'll walk guys. He'll get in trouble. But anyway, back to my thought with the Orioles. You know, I watch pretty much every game with the O's. I do. I watch pretty much every game. I'm a big-time Orioles fan. I love the team. And I really take it seriously. I really do. Because, when I call these games, I want to have a good idea of what I'm talking about when I get on here. I want to talk like an idiot coming in here, not knowing what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to be called out as an idiot by you guys when I come in here. So I try to educate myself as much as I can. And, when you watch the Orioles, they're very frustrating. Here's a team that yesterday got 3 hits the entire game, of which 2 came in the first inning. All right, Kurtz is up. First pitch to him is a ball low. They got 3 hits the entire game. 2 of them came in the first inning yesterday. They got 1 hit the rest of the way. Didn't score again. They won 3-2. Today, they get 3 runs in the first inning. They get 3 hits in the first inning, and they haven't gotten a hit since. 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive. Nice stop by Holiday. He gets it. Throw to first is not going to be in time. Kurtz got down the line. It was a good stop by Holiday. The ball got away from him. He had to retrieve it and throw to first, but it was not going to be in time. All right, so here comes Brent Rooker. He had a 3-run homer his last time up. So a leadoff single. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike, 0-1. It's a nice stop by Holiday. The ball just got a little too far away from him. By the time he recovered and threw to first, it wasn't going to be in time to get Kurtz. Oh, 1 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a fly ball. Left field. That's down. That's going to be in the corner. He's going to round third. Kurtz is coming. He's coming to the plate. He's going to score easy. And just like that, it's 7-3 on the double by Brent Rooker. Another ball up in the zone, and they're not missing them today. That was not a good pitch for Geraldo. 7-3 A's. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a master class in what the Orioles don't do and other teams do. What has Oakland done? They scored 2 in the first. They now have 4 in the third. And already here in the fifth, they have a run with a man at second and another run right there ready to come in. So they are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. They are adding on, and they are putting the foot on the throat of the opponent. The Orioles don't do that. 1-0 pitch, outside, ball 2. Orioles don't do that. And credit where it's due. Part of it is the pitchers are pitching. You know, their pitchers might be pitching a little bit better, but our hitters, they stop hitting after the. It's so frustrating. 2-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball to second baseman. Holiday's got it. He's going to throw to first, and that's good hitting. That's a really good at bat right there by Soderstrom. He hits it to the right side. He gets the guy at second. He gets him over to third. So now with 1 out, there's a man at third. It's good situational hitting by Oakland. It's where the Orioles sorely, sorely lack. So frustrating. And now the Orioles have to play the infield in again. First pitch to Blade is in the dirt. Ball, 1-0. You have all this young talent on the Orioles, and yet they continue to have bad at bat after bad at bat. One 0 coming. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there on the changeup. 1-1. In a ball game like this, and when I'm looking at the Orioles, it's all about now understanding the situation of where you are. You're down 7-3. So when you come up, 1 run isn't gonna tie the game. Doesn't get you back in the game yet. 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2, 2-1. So as a hitter, your approach kind of has to change. And I think that's part of the issue with the Orioles is they don't feel like their approach has to change. I think it does. You need base runners. 1 home run isn't going to make it. It's just going to make it 7-4. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw over to third. Did they get him? They did! Brent Rooker was off the bag just a little too much. Adley Rutschman threw behind him at third. And the third baseman, Westberg, was right there, and they threw him out. Rooker was too far off the bag. Rutschman threw down to third and picked him off. That was a really nice play by Adley Rutschman right there. And now there's 2 outs and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. That was really nice by Rutschman. He threw behind the runner at third and got him. What a nice play. That's huge right there. Three-two pitch on the way. You cannot walk this guy. Here's the pitch. And he walks this guy. Ball 4 to ball four to Blade. That's going to bring her knives to the plate. Gracious me. We called the game last night with the Orioles game against Oakland, and Orioles won 3-2, but it didn't feel like a win. All right, here's the next hitter. First pitch high, ball 1. It's such a frustrating thing. It's so frustrating. Oh my gosh. Here's Hernandez. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. I mean, Geraldo makes some good pitches, and then he just gets away from himself. He overthrows and it get ahead in the count 1-2, 0-2, and can't put the hitter away. All right, here we go. Nope, throw over to first. Bleday is back. One pitch, high, ball 2, 2-1. The thing with the Orioles that I have to get through my head is they now, with all the trades they've made, obviously they were sellers. They're kind of giving up on this season when it comes to contending, and I have to get that through my head that some of these guys, 2-1 pitch on the way, ball 3, 3-1. Like a Geraldo who's on the mound right now, like a Dylan Carlson, or a Greg Allen in center field, or a Jeremiah Jackson in right field. These guys aren't long for the Orioles. They're here this year, but they won't be back next year. 3-1 on the way. Swing and a foul. That's out of play. 3-2. It's going to be more losing than winning the rest of the way. First off, because of the team they have now, they've traded away some players. And then secondly, because they just have a tough schedule in the second half. 3-2 on the way. Foul back. Good at bat by Hernandez. He's hanging in there. He's fouling off pitches. Victor, it's Mullins with an I, not an E. Sorry, buddy. It's Mullins with an I, not an E. Get it right. All right, 3-2 count. We're going to do it again. Here it is. Swinging a ground ball right back to the pitcher. He's got it. Oh, he drops it. Oh, my gosh. Geraldo had it. It was a ground ball right back to the pitcher. He went to get it. He had it, and then he drops it, and the runner reaches base. It was a dribbler right back to him, and he dropped it. I mean, it was like a dribbler right back to the mound, and he drops it. Unbelievable. Shake my head is right. Holy cow. Yeah, Slyster, I think the offseason is going to be very interesting. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to make some long-term decisions. What are they going to do? I heard they made, from what I heard, and again, I don't know what that means. I think I don't know if it's good news or not, but, from what I've heard, they made a significant offer to Gunnar Henderson in the offseason this year of an extension with him, and he turned it down. And supposedly, it was a significant offer. So that kind of scares me. All right, here's Arias. First pitch to him. Ball, 1-0. So 31 pitches for Geraldo. 16 of them have been balls. 15 of them have been strikes. So he's thrown more balls than he's thrown strikes. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Swinging a foul, 1-1. This will definitely be the last inning for Geraldo. He's got his talk show tomorrow, so. 1-1 on the way. Here it is. Here's a fly ball left field. That's going to be foul. He hit it really, really good, but he pulls it. So 1-2. We're at 20 likes, gang. Still 10 away from our goal. My gracious. 1-2 count right here on Arias. Geraldo is at the belt. Here's the pitch. Ball low. Good take by Arias right there. That was close enough. He could have offered it that, but he didn't. So the count goes to 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. 3-2. Talk about not looking good. The Orioles are not looking good. Runners will be going on the pitch. 3-2. Here it comes. Ground ball. Base hit into left field. That's going to score another run. And the runner's going to go to third. And just like that, it's now 8-3. It's an absolute master class on how to do it. It really is. See this? What is Oakland doing? Base hit, double, base hit. That's all they're doing. That's really all they're doing. So that's it for Geraldo. He was terrible. He's out of the game. And now we've got the next guy coming in. And he'll probably be just as bad. 8-3 Oakland. So here's the thing, Slyster. And this is what I always tell folks. How do I word this correctly? Slyster says in the chat, he says that Scott Boras is the one that turned it down. He's a tough negotiator. Here's the thing. He works for Gunnar Henderson. Okay? He works for Gunnar Henderson. If Gunnar wanted the deal, if he felt strongly enough about it, Gunnar Henderson could say to Scott Boras, I'm signing. Accept the deal. Okay? Boras works for him. Not the other way around. And so any deal, any offer the Orioles make, right? Any offer the Orioles make, Boras has to go to Gunnar Henderson and tell him what the offer is. Now, Boras can say, I don't think we should take the deal. I know I can get more. Your value is more. And obviously Gunnar believes that and wasn't happy enough with it. Gunnar wants more money. Because if Gunnar was happy enough and liked the deal himself, he could have and would have probably said to Scott Boras, I like it. That's good to me. I want to be here long term. I'm signing the deal. I mean, look at the Red Sox. They signed Anthony Roman to a $120 million deal for 8 years. You know, that doesn't sound like a lot of money for a guy that they're expecting to be a superstar for 8 years. But he signed it. And that's the thing. It comes down to the player. The player's got to want to sign it. And, you know, I don't think Scott Boras turned the deal down. It's never... He has to get the okay to turn it down from Gunnar Henderson first. All right, here's Ursula. Martin's in the game for the Orioles. First pitch, swing and a strike. You know, I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with the fact that Boras is the one that went back and said no. But before he said no, he had to get the okay to say no from Gunnar Henderson. And Gunnar obviously said no. 0-1 pitch. Here's a fly ball into right field, and that ball is down, and the right fielder falls. 1 run's going to score. Here comes the second guy. Throw to the plate, and he's going to score. The ball into right field. The right fielder fell down. And it's a double, and 2 more runs score. It's now 10-3, and the Orioles are looking like the Bad News Bears. Terrible baseball. Holy cow. Another ball up in the zone by Corbin Martin. Jeremiah Jackson falls down, throws it, and then they... 10-3, the A's. Back to the top of the order for Butler. Strike, 0-1. Yeah, Slyster, it's terrible. And the Orioles, watch. 3 runs the entire game. 10-3. Strike 2, 0-2. Just terrible baseball by the Orioles. And Gunnar double clutches here. Or Jackson Holiday double clutches. If he doesn't double clutch, he might have him at the plate. 0-2 is a strike. Is a ball. 1-2. Yeah, John, very disappointing. Absolutely. Very disappointing. Bad baseball all around. Hitting, pitching, fielding. Not looking good tonight. Complete failure across the board. Outside, ball 2. 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Ball 3. 3-2. And the umpire's not giving anything either. The Orioles are throwing a lot of balls, and anything close, they're not getting it right now. Slicer says agents are super slick with players, especially when their clients are young. I'm with you. Slicer, I agree. I'm not, I totally get that. 3-2 pitch, ball 4, he walks him. None of these pitchers tonight. Oh, my God. What a terrible outing by the Orioles pitching and hitting. It's just a complete failure across the board. My gracious. Against an Oakland A's team who actually has a worse record than the Orioles. And you're getting blown out like this. My gracious. So here's Langoliers. He's already 2 for 2 in this game. Or 2 for 3 in the game. This is his 4th at bat. No, I agree, Slicer. He's not an outfielder. I don't understand the Orioles. I'm getting mad now. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike, 1-1. They won't call Dylan Carlson up because, for me, the only reason why they're not calling him up is for service time. I'm sure he'll be up at the end of next week. So in the meantime, we got a shortstop playing right field. Ridiculous. 1-1 on the way. Fly ball. That ball's hit a ton to center field. And that ball is down, and it's going to be a ground rule double. So the 1 run is going to score. Butler's going to have to go back to first. And it's a ground rule double for Langoliers, and it's now 11-3. Everybody is just teeing off on the Orioles pitching tonight. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And another ball, center cut right down the middle. My gracious. Corbin Martin's got an 8.64 ERA for the Orioles this season. Atrocious baseball. Wow. Embarrassing. Talk about blowing up. My gracious. Here's the first pitch to Kurtz. The ball in the dirt. 1-0. Well, tonight they had a good crowd because it was the Hall of Fame night. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. 1-1. Whew, man. What a bad outing for the Orioles tonight. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2. Well, attendance is down this year. Yeah, attendance is down like 25%, I think they said. All right, 1-2 count on Kurtz. Here it is. Swinging a foul. We're going to do it again. And that was a hanging curveball. Kurtz just missed it. Hey, for the 7 people that are in here, thank you all very much. One-two pitch on the way. Here it comes. Inside ball 2. 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. Not to be prude, but it bothers me when pitching coach comes to the mound after the damage. I mean, why? It's unnecessary at this point. I agree, Slicer. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 3. So Corbin Martin can't seem to get an out. And all of this happens because Geraldo, on a ground ball back to him, boots the third out. Three-two pitch on the way. Here it is. Strike 3. He got him. Damage done. Ball game's over. It's 11-3. The Athletics are just pounding the Orioles tonight. 11 runs, 11 hits. Orioles 3 runs, 3 hits, and they got all of it in the first inning. They've done nothing since. Oh, thanks, Leister. Yeah, it's been difficult. A lot of times, day games on Wednesdays, or, we were away, had other things going on. It's been tough. I'll be honest with you. We're into the 5th inning here. I may not even finish this game tonight with the way it's going. I probably won't, but I want to see the Orioles hit here in the 5th, see what they do. And then we'll probably call this one tonight because it's a laugher for sure. But on our other channel, our Mouse Talk channel, we will be back tomorrow morning at Magic Kingdom. That's part of it too. I want to get ready. I have an early morning tomorrow. Good to have everybody in here tonight, even if we don't hit our goal. You guys have been awesome. It's good to have everybody here. After this inning, we'll do some score updates around the league. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see if the Orioles can answer in some way, shape, or form. Here's Jeremiah Jackson. Got the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. First pitch to him, strike, 0-1. Oakland with an 11-3 lead. Crazy town. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back. Quickly, 0-2. Here it comes. 0-2 pitch outside. Ball 1. 1-2. Slicer, you're funny. It'll be fine. It's fine, man. Oh, 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. He did not go. 1-2 to Jeremiah Jackson. Yeah, what I want to see now, Slicers, I want to see the players develop. I want to see Kobe Mayo keep getting his at-bats. 2-2 pitch. Here's a fly ball to right field. That ball's right at the right fielder. 1 down. I want to see Mayo continue to play. I want to see Gunnar and Adley try to get back on track. I want to see Jackson Holiday continue to play. I want to see Sam Basayo and Dylan Beavers get called up to play. Give them a chance. I'd like to see Colton Cowser stay healthy. So there's a lot of different things I'd like to see. All right, so here is Dylan Carlson, who's 0 for his last 35. Ball 1, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Ball. Oh, he called it a strike. That was a ball. But he called it a strike. 1-1. Guess the umpire must have dinner reservations. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Shallow right field. That ball is caught by the center fielder. Butler was on his horse. He gets there. Makes a nice running catch. The 2 quick outs for the Orioles. No surprise. Oh, my gracious. This team. That'll bring Greg Allen to the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball. 0-1. 1-0. Let's go O's. Amen, Sony. Not today, but maybe tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. Here's the pitch. Strike. 1-1. It won't be, Victor. At least not in that capacity. There might be some stuff here and there where they might be able to challenge a pitch or two, but it's not going to be anything full capacity. 1-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball. Second baseman, or to the first baseman. First baseman's got it. He shuffles it over to the pitcher covering, and that's the inning. Surprise. Orioles do nothing. 3 up, 3 down again. End of 5, 11-3, Oakland. All right, so let's do a quick go around Major League Baseball, get some updates and scores around the league. See where everybody is this evening in the scores. Bottom of the 8th inning, my apologies. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Angels got a 7-4 lead over the Tigers. Middle of the 8th, Reds 2-1 over the Pirates. Top of the 7th, 1-0 Kansas City over Minnesota. Middle of the 6th, Rangers 1-0 over the Phillies. Bottom of the 5th, Guardians with a 2-1 lead over the White Sox. Bottom of the 5th, Mets with a 4-3 lead over the Brewers. Bottom of the 5th, Marlins 4-2 over the Braves. Bottom of the 4th, Cubbies 8-0 over the Cardinals. Bottom of the 2nd, Colorado's got a 3-1 lead over the Diamondbacks. Top of the 1st, Red Sox Padres are scoreless. Blue Jays Dodgers are warming up. And the Rays Mariners are a little bit later. Earlier today, Yankees beat the Astros 5-4. Nationals beat the Giants 4-2. Braves beat the Marlins 7-1. So there you go. That is your Major League Baseball scores. All right, gang, we're going to call it for the night. We got to get up tomorrow morning. If this game was a little bit closer, we probably would have stayed in. But 11-3, this one's over. I appreciate all of you coming out. Look for the next broadcast on 8/13. We're going to go that one the whole way for sure. This one was kind of last minute, just a surprise stream. We're going to call it for tonight. I appreciate all of you all coming out. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll see you all really soon. And keep rooting for the O's or your team. And we'll take care of y'all and take care of yourselves and each other. We'll talk to you soon.